Now, EFL clubs marked the launch of LGBTQ+ History Month by using a rainbow ball at the weekend. As part of the EFL's LGBTQ+ activation, Millwall striker Tom Bradshaw went along to meet players from Millwall Lionesses and the Millwall Romans, the club's LGBTQ+ friendly football team, to talk about the issues that they faced playing football.
You don't have to separate between football and your identity, and that they, they do go together.
It shouldn't even be an issue.
Seeing the EFL get behind this is huge.
I think it's probably something you always know. Personally, it's been more something probably in the last few years. I think especially with playing with like with Romans and with Mill, it's been something I've been maybe a bit more open about. There's LGBTQ+ football teams all over the country. Having those there, I know it is a massive support for a lot of people who have maybe not felt football's for them.
Yeah.
They've felt that maybe their sort of queer identity with football just doesn't match up.
From my side, it was easier because I was in teams of girls and also, women who, we could share stories with, and, we could talk about common issues. And I had that community from a really, really young age. So it was easier and you did feel more comfortable.
You don't have to separate between football and your identity, and that they, they do go together. And hopefully that sort of helps with, kids who are growing up today looking at it and going, oh, I don't know if football's quite for me because of X, Y or Z. 100%. And actually we're sort of showing that it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the point. You shouldn't have to choose between sort of your identity and whether you want to play football or any sport for that matter. Like, how do you feel that the Millwall Romans sort of represent the community?
Again, lots of people don't think, especially maybe like gay or bisexual men, don't think that maybe football's for them. It's sort of the idea of, oh, it's quite laddie, all that sort of stuff. Which you're not saying it isn't, but like that doesn't mean they don't go hand in hand. And I think it's just, we've been to Pride a couple of times as well, and you've got sort of, you've got the people there with the badge, with the shirt on, and I think that's just like something that even not too long ago I just thought that's never going to happen.
And the Lionesses?
Yeah, again, the girls are all from different backgrounds, everyone has their own viewpoint, and everything just feels really kind of comfortable, and yeah, for the most part, everyone's, on board and happy to have difficult conversations and things like that.
Have any of you guys ever had to deal with sort of homophobia?
Thankfully not sort of personally, but I mean in terms of football context and things, I think we all know, there's sort of certain chants that are quite often sometimes quite popular in the terraces. It doesn't make you feel like you're welcome there, because you're like, if this is the attitude people have, if they sort of knew, about your own sexuality, is that how they're going to react? I know a lot of people think of it as, oh, it's just banter, just making a joke, but it can have a real effect on people, and it can make you feel like, football's something that we love, but actually it doesn't feel like I'm sort of welcome there at times. I think by sort of explaining this, to fans, and they sort of putting it out and saying, look, here's a bit more information about why that isn't okay, I think it does help, and I think that hopefully we can sort of move on from it, but I know it's not going to happen overnight.
I guess the more awareness that's raised, and over hopefully a short period of time, that's something we can just get out of the game altogether. Yeah. So Puma have developed this new ball that's going to be used by all EFL clubs throughout February. It's got the rainbow colours on it, which represents the LGBTQ community, and it's just about raising awareness throughout all football fans, throughout all football family, and throughout all communities really, that this is something that we really sort of need to stamp out of football. And although it's just a football and it's just a symbol, it's something that gets people talking, and hopefully talking about the right things.
Seeing the EFL get behind this is huge, and hopefully, like you say, it can make a change and people can start having the right conversations. Seeing
that sort of visual representation, I think it definitely helps, making people from the community feel like, football is more welcoming for them, and feel like, actually this is something for me, and this is something I can be a part of.